Hello there. Welcome to the Pema Karpo Hotel in Bhutan. Would you like some tea? I've just boiled some hot water and got a few kinds. We've got English breakfast. And we also have a Nestle coffee. And to go along with your tea or coffee, we've got some sugar packets as well as some coffee mate in an original flavor. Tea? Okay, I will join you with that. So, how did you hear about Bhutan, and how did you come to book a trip to the country? It's kind of remote. It's a bit expensive with the daily tariff. And I'm sure you had to get a visa as well. It is worth the money. What you're getting, really, the hotels and the food are amazing, but is true, untouched culture. We've only been open to tourism for about 40 years, and we are remote, so it's kind of helped us keep our authentic culture, which has been really nice. Here's your tea. Would you like sugar or milk? Okay, here you go. And I'm going to pour myself one as well. Now, what we're going to be doing today, aside for checking you into the hotel, giving you some amenities, is going over what maybe you would like to do. So far, you've only been to Thimphu, the capital. What did you do there? Went to the Folk Heritage Museum. That's really nice. Get to see how, life was in the 19th century in a village. Did you go to the paper factory and see how the handmade paper is made? So Bhutan, instead of measuring our economic success on wealth, we have our gross national happiness index. And this looks at things like sustainable government, the preservation of authentic heritage and culture, and our conservation. In our constitution, it says that Bhutan must be covered in at least 60% forest, and right now it's about 72. So you'll have a lot of opportunities to see local artisans making things by hand, and hiking, being outside, cycling. In Thimphu, did you get to cycle up to the Buddha Point and see one of the world's largest Buddhas? You drove up. Well, that makes sense too. The bike up is pretty tough. It's pretty steep. Okay, so would you like some water as well? Okay. I've got some Royal Bhutan mountain spring water for you. And I will join you in that as well. You probably already can hear the nature sounds. The village waking up. We're in Punakha right now, as I'm sure you know. We also have some fresh fruit here, locally grown. Bhutan makes some delicious apples, but where we are now, they're kind of out of season. Back near Thimphu, maybe you had a chance to try. So I'm going to first get you checked in, show you some of the amenities that you'll be getting, and maybe complete a few bookings for you. Okay? So, can you just verify the spelling of your name, please? Okay. And your date of birth. A fun fact about Bhutan is a lot of people here don't know their birthdays, actually. You'll find many people say that their birthday is on January 1st. However, they do know the year, so they'll be able to know how old they are. But there's a lot of quirky things about Bhutan that you'll learn. For example, the people you meet. You'll only encounter maybe 50 different names because when a baby is born, they're taken to the local temple usually, and there's a list of names to choose from, and the baby will have a name usually somewhat related to the founder of the temple or a deity. So, your home address. Oh, New York. I'm originally from there as well. Farmingville, actually. I lived in Brooklyn as well for a while. Oh, that's very close. Yes. Okay. Oh, yeah. I love that too. Zip code. Okay. Any dietary restrictions, you'll have the option, because you pay the daily tariff of $2.50 per day. That includes your private guide, all your accommodations, and all your meals. And you'll get to choose between a buffet style meal or a la carte. A la carte. Okay. Any dietary restrictions? Perfect. One special I recommend is the chilies and cheese. That's kind of something Bhutan does well. Cheese and chilies are almost on everything, every vegetable, every meat. So I hope you like spicy. Extra spicy. Okay, I will make a note to our chef. We do a dish that is chicken with cheese and chilies. That's very good. Okay. We also have a full bar, so you'll be able to have local beer if you would like. There's wine and there's liquor as well. Okay. Now, how did you hear about us? Your guidebook. It makes sense. That's how most people come. We have a great relationship with your company. So. Okay. Might you be interested in a spa treatment? We have a great Himalayan spa menu. Now, a few things that you can get. We have a de-stressing massage that also incorporates a deep tissue component. We have a trekker's recovery massage, which is excellent if you plan on doing some hiking, actually right outside. If you want, I can have a staff member take you. Maybe after breakfast today, you would enjoy to take a nice walk by the water. Actually, the water down there, the sand and the mud is where the local people collect the mud that they'll build their homes with. So it's pretty interesting. With the trekker's recovery massage, it has a deep tissue focus on the feet specifically. So really get in there. You know, all the pains and issues we experience with our body, even stomach aches and things, are often related to our feet if you've ever had reflexology. We do a great hot stone massage. And speaking of hot stone, we can also put together the traditional hot stone bath. So what that is, it is a wooden tub filled with cold water. We then heat up stones and put them in one sectioned off part of the tub, and it actually heats the water and is very therapeutic as well as traditional. We do an Ayurvedic massage. We are right next to India. This is for a detoxifying effect, and we use local herbs to infuse our essential oils. We, of course, do a traditional massage that blends deep tissue and stretching, and a foot massage with a scrub. You want to do the trekkers massage. Okay. And when would you like to do that? Tomorrow morning. Okay. Does 8:30 work? Do you have a preference for a male or female masseuse? Okay. I've got you booked for tomorrow. If you want to arrive just 15 minutes early, they'll have a few forms for you to fill out. Okay. So, let's go over some things you could do, and then we'll get into the amenities. So, I've got a copy of an itinerary I put together for the next couple days that I think you would enjoy. So, nearby, some wonderful things that you can do is visit the Punaka Valley, and you'll be able to kind of get a nice aerial view if you drive up the East-West Highway. You know, our highway hugs the mountain, and you can go very high up or down into the valley. And you'll be able to get a view over the crops. You'll see the local farmers working, the women with their bamboo sacks carrying grass to the cattle. So it's quite a great experience, especially if you enjoy photographs. One thing that you must do is visit the local Punaka Zong. Here, it's a huge fortress-like structure with a temple, and it's done in a Tibetan style. It's very grand, very ornate. There's a giant wooden bridge that you cross. Rivers on both sides. There's a male and female river that kind of meet. You'll be able to walk around the different the complex to see the different buildings. You can go into the temple, maybe hear the monks chanting. You can see their weavings, their beautiful ritual cakes of all different colors. You'll see a very giant golden Buddha. It's very beautiful. Another thing that you might want to do is visit a local nunnery. Now, this just opened in 2015, and it's got one beautiful views over the valley, so this might be a good spot to get those pictures. You can walk around the grounds, very peaceful, and the inside will be one of the most colorful they've ever seen. Kind of the walls almost seem to pop out at you with all the decorations and the beautiful offerings altar. They've got a big statue of the god of compassion with the many heads and arms. So it's kind of a beautiful visit. You must also visit the Temple of the Divine Madman. This is in one of the local villages, and let's see if there's any dates that it wouldn't be open. So, nope, you're good. Okay. So basically, this temple was opened in 1499, and it's founded by the Divine Madman. Now, this man, he is what the locals call a lam, kind of a master of Buddhism. And he had a funny way of kind of showing people the teachings of Buddhism. He wanted people to get away from conventional societal practices, so he would have sex with many women. He is said to have impregnated a nun. he would sing and dance, drink and eat copiously. A man once brought a kind of religious banner with beautiful paintings on it, and he wanted the divine madman to bless it. The divine madman peed on it, and the pee turned to gold. So you'll hear a lot of these stories from your guide, and you'll be able to visit the temple, see his big, beautiful statue. There's beautiful prayer wheels. To get there, you'll do a hike through the fields. You'll see how they do. They use slash and burn farming. It's very regulated to try to keep it under control. And you get to interact with some of the local people. You might see the ladies making puffed rice, and you get to try some of that. However, the really quirky thing here is that the little village called Lobesa, where this temple is very obsessed with phalluses. So you'll see actually phalluses drawn all over the houses. There'll be wooden phalluses coming out of the houses. You can buy some phalluses, or actually we have a little gift for you. But this is supposed to ward off evil, and that is because the divine madman is said to have had a phallus that he could enlarge to fight off demons, and he did do that a few times. So it may sound a little crazy, but it's part of the local beliefs. So I recommend a tour of those three attractions. And actually, if you don't mind having a really full day, we can also take you to the Doja Pass, and you can see 108 stupas and get a great view of the eastern, Himalayas. There's a cafe there too. It gets a little bit chilly, so I recommend bringing a coat, and we actually have a little gift. These are locally made neck warmer and hat, so I recommend wearing this during the trip. So would you like to book that for today? It's still early, so we can get your breakfast order in, get you set up with that, and set you up with our local guide. Excellent. Okay, so we're going to set you up with Tingly. Now he has the same name as the royal family, but he is not part of the royal family, but he is a great guide. He's worked in tourism for quite a while. Okay, how many people in your party? 2? Perfect. And how about we leave at 9:30? 9. Okay, let's do 9. Eat quick. So for breakfast, we typically do an American style, just typical cereals, eggs, toast. Now, how do you like your eggs cooked? Poached, over easy, fried, or scrambled? Scrambled. Kind of toast? White toast. And we'll do a butter, jam, and honey spread for you. And for cereal, we have cornflakes, muesli, or Cocoa Puffs. Muesli. Now, would you like that with hot milk or cold milk? Hot, that's how I like it as well. And coffee, of course. Sugar milk. And for your guest, same exact order. Okay, that makes that coffee. Easy, and just send that order to the chef. So once we're done, you can go right into our restaurant, and it'll be ready for you. So for tomorrow, you'll be heading off to, let's see here, Bhutan. Now that'll be about a 7-hour drive. Maybe a bit more. The conditions of the roads right now are a little bit weird because they're doing construction on the east-west highway to widen it. So let me just tell you though, the drive is very scenic. Today's journey onward to Dakar is perhaps long, but It's certainly memorable, with dramatic landscapes of terraced farmland, deep river valleys, and precariously perched farmhouses viewed from the only east-west highway that has been ingeniously carved out of the mountain faces. Upon reaching Tromsø, you may take time to stroll this quaint village, and official business permitting, perhaps visit the Tromsø Zong, ancestral home to Bhutan's monarch, where you will often find novice monks reciting mantras or practicing on sacred horns, flutes, or drums. Also see Ta Zong, the watchtower built to defend the Zong. The drive onward to Bomtong takes you over the picturesque Yal Tong La and down into the Shun Valley, home of Bhutan's famous yatra weaving. So you may, in Thimphu, I've gotten to see the traditional weaving with the backstrap loom. Cool, so this will be another opportunity to get to know the heritage. Here you will have a chance to browse the traditional textiles and perhaps see the weavers create their intricate handiwork. So this day will be mainly a drive with some opportunities for some culture and a bit of spirituality, Buddhism. This is a very Buddhist country, so you'll have a lot of opportunities for that. So the next day, I have you scheduled, as long as you're okay with it, to visit the Kurje Laking. The Guru Rinpoche meditated here in the 8th century, subdued demon Shelgang Karpal, sort of like the name of the hotel, and made him the protector of Dharma thereafter. So we'll also visit Jambi Laking, which is built in the 7th century by the Tibetan king Songtsen Gyempo, as per the geometrical sketch drawn by his Chinese consort. We'll have an afternoon visit to the Tamshing Laking, which is founded in the 15th century by Pema Langpa, also kind of like the hotel. The Treasure Reveler. Later, we'll see the Jakar Zong, another Zong, kind of that fortress-like structure. This is the Zong of the White Bird, and it houses the administrative seat of the district. And in the evening, if we have time and you're okay with it, we can browse a local market. Okay, so we're all set for that. Okay, so once you're in Bomtong, that hotel will set you up with the rest of the itinerary and verify that everything is okay. So let's just go over a few of the amenities. We've got for you computer a dental kit. So I've got some floss and a toothbrush in case that you maybe forgot yours. We also supply you with toothpaste. Yeah. We have our own homemade suntan lotion. It may seem cool out, but you have to remember that it's still sunny. So we make this in-house using all local natural ingredients. You'll get, of course, some soap, a mini shampoo. We have very good water pressure, very hot water as well. And this is a special treat. This is also homemade. It's a vitamin C serum. It's very good for the skin, especially when you get a lot of sun. It's also got some konjac root, which is very good for the skin, and it comes in this nice bottle. So you'll get to have that. We like to impart our guests with some local culture, so we have a few gifts in that respect. How's the tea? Good. So, I told you about the phalluses. We give all of our guests a wooden phallus, and this is actually very good luck. They have eyes to ward off evil spirits as well. You can choose between green, pink, and red. Now these are handmade in the local village. Again, it may seem funny, but it's actually part of the local culture. So the pink, okay, and your companion? The red, perfect. Put that in a little baggie for you. You can hear the birds waking up outside. It's really nice. I also had heard that you had visited the paper factory in Simpu, but that you hadn't gotten any souvenirs. See the birds right up on it? So, this paper is made with the local Daphne trees, growing at high altitudes. I have, sorry, the delivery truck is here. This is for you and your companion. Some handmade paper with envelopes as well. You can feel the quality of the paper. It's very thick. You can almost see how it's made, how they turn it, they boil the bark. They turn it into a mash and dip it in the starch mixture. And they press it with the bamboo. So it's kind of interesting. And we have the dragon image, which is very important to Bhutan. So I put this in your envelope, which is also crafted with handmade paper. And your room key, of course. You're going to be in room 209. We use real keys. Just kind of, I don't know, a traditional touch. Now before I set you off to your room and have someone take you there, I want to just show you the view from our property. We put reception on the second floor to give it a bit more of a beauty with the more elevated view. So let me just show you that quickly. If you want to get your camera out, you are more than welcome. Let me just take you. It's very beautiful, very mountainous. And again, right outside, you have opportunities to kind of take a walk and take in the local landscape. You can see the mountains and the whole village kind of waking up right now. So, well, thank you so much for choosing us, and I hope that you enjoy your stay. Have a great time in Bhutan.